So I was one of the early members of a group called Campaign Solutions for Hayward, CASH. It was a grassroots organization that was trying to implement campaign finance reform in the city. And that was about a decade ago, I think. And at the time, there were no limits to contributions, no limits on spending for city council races at all. And so you would sometimes see very, very large donations from a single individual, or more often a company with business, before the city council, going to council members or prospective council members, and that has both the potential to corrupt, and even if it doesn't corrupt, it has the appearance of looking bad, and so as a citizen you sort of look at that. You see a city council member who took a large amount of money from one donor and then voted in that donor's favor, and it's like, gee, I wonder, and even if there was no quid pro quo, it damages the system because people wonder. And you want people, citizens, voters, to believe and to know that their elected officials are casting votes based on what they think is best, not based on, campaign donations or that sort of thing. And so I got involved with that early on, pushed for very strong campaign finance reform, and the council at the time ended up adopting some of what we recommended, but didn't go quite as far as I would have liked at the time. But the city did implement contribution limits of about $1,000 per source, and spending limits. So each individual candidate would sign an agreement saying, I promise not to spend more than, I think it was $40,000 or something like that at the time, on my campaign, and in return for that, the limits were higher in terms of what they could raise. So instead of being $250, it was $1,000 if you agreed to the spending limits. So the idea was to make sure that we had candidates who could get their message out, but it wouldn't be dominated by money. And you'd want to get people who have a strong connection to the community, a strong, history in the community, having a slightly better chance than they would otherwise against, well-funded campaigns and whatnot.